Let's go tail cave it up. We're going to lose our piece of power, unfortunately, but we'll probably get one somewhere in here. Now we're at level 1, tail cave. We'll probably get a piece of power somewhere here. They tend to pop up in this game with alarming frequency, so if you lose yours, probably won't be too long before you get another one. We have a small key. We can open a locked door. That's what it would tell us if we got one out of a treasure chest anyway. Oh, hey, we are getting attacked from all sides here. Holy crap. That wasn't fair. I got cornered by that guy. Oh, yes, a compass. That's a lot of fun. You can never skip this bit of dialogue right here. You have to go through it every single time. This compass has a new feature. And if you ever want to feel old, I can tell you this game is 17 years old now, so this is not exactly a new feature. Okay, yes, if a key is hidden in a room, that's quite useful, but I don't need to be apprised of it every time. Thank you, game. We're going to cut around them, since we basically just had to bump them off to get the key, so they are useless to us now. And I love the atmospheric music in dungeons like this. This game has great dungeon music, and it has a different theme for each dungeon. Well, it doesn't look like killing the enemies got us our small key, so it's obviously going to be standing on this giant button that does it. There we go. Alright. See? You can open a locked door. I told you you could. Doesn't seem like there's anything in here, so I don't really know why we're in here at the moment. The Stalfos in this game like to jump away from you, so the key is to just trap them in a corner, something like this. Ha ha ha! What did I tell you? Okay, well, we got the map at least. So it was useful to come over here. Press the start button to look at the map. That makes a lot of sense. So we got kind of a, depending on your point of view, it's either a key or a giant worm with a giant head. So the map is very useful. Now we have a beat on where to go, what to do, what's going to get us around. Okay. And if there's a way out of a room, the map will certainly show it to you. Okay, can I get all these rupees? Please tell me. And these are also cracked floors. Don't stand on them too long, because they will crack and give way. I was lucky to get away from that one, but it's just nice to know what cracked floors look like so you don't end up hanging around on one for too long. Hey! A miniature Moldorm. That is a sign of things to come, because the boss of Tail Cave is, in fact, a Moldorm. Joy! I can hardly contain myself. And here's something worth showing off. If we go over here, we see a cracked wall. When you put your sword up against a wall, it makes kind of a little tink-tink sound. You can hear it. But if you put your sword up against a cracked wall, you get a more echoey, hollow type clang. That is very useful, because not all walls that you can put a bomb through are cracked. We don't have bombs yet, but not all walls that you can bomb are cracked, so you should often put your sword up against a wall and test it to see if it can be bombed through. Just a little word of advice. We're going to be doing it a lot around here. Let's put this block up so that the wall trap cannot get us. And let's head through here. This is going to take us to our big item for this dungeon. Like most Zelda games, every dungeon has one big important item that you need to get. Often in this game, it's necessary to get that item to beat the boss. It's not required here, but it certainly is helpful. And these guys, these are like above ground levers, and you can only kill them by turning them over with your shield and stabbing the underbelly. And in this case, that's going to open up. Well, that certainly works as well. In this case, it's going to open up a staircase by which we're going to get our awesome item. Hey, Goombas! I dig Goombas. There are two ways to kill Goombas. You can stomp on them like that, and they'll give you hearts to refill your life. Or if you kill them with your sword, you generally get rupees from them. Well, you can also get nothing. That's definitely a distinct possibility. But killing them with the sword gives you rupees, like so, and jumping on them will always give you hearts. So, plan accordingly if you need something. A flying item we can't get. How are we going to get that? By finding what's in this room right here. We're going to wait for the wall traps, and we're going to go across, and we're going to receive the Rock's Feather, which helps us jump. Yes, I love the Rock's Feather. Generally, I will keep the sword and the Rock's Feather out by default because I love jumping. It's a fun thing to do. And it's a wonder more Zelda games don't involve jumping, because it's just a lot of fun to do. I have tons of fun with it, and it creates a lot of neat scenarios, especially in these two-dimensional segments, which we'll see every now and then as we traverse dungeons. And go to more undergroundy type parts of the game, and beyond that even. So now we can use our Rock's Feather and shortcut on out of here. We can skip a whole room that way. And we can jump over the corner trap. That's not what I wanted to happen. It was probably my sword that did that. That was my fault entirely. Kind of looking for a heart at this point. That would be nice. Hey, a key. It's probably in the chest. Yep, sure enough. And we're going to take that small key and, well, I would like to kill the mini Moldorm. And we're going to go around this way now. This is going to lead us over to the Nightmare Key. The Nightmare Key is what opens the door to the boss. And in this dungeon it's fairly easy to find, but then the Tail Cave is a pretty small dungeon. And we can get it over with fairly easily, barring, of course, any fluke accidents. And in Tail Cave, those are they're pretty abundant, actually. Wow, got him before he's even able to get off the ground. That's nice. Okay. Sucker. Okay, we're going to go up here, and we don't need this item, but I will show you its purpose, since what we're going to use it for is right in this room. I'm going to kill these card enemies. You have to match up the suits, and I should probably not jump over them. I should probably actually hit them with the sword. So we're going to wait for it to shuffle through. Okay, spade comes right after the red suits, so we want to get 3 spades. Did it. I don't know why I made a buzzing sound like I didn't get it right, because I totally did. And for our troubles, we get a stone slab. If you find a stone slab, you can look for one of these tablets with a hole in it, and putting the stone slab in it will allow you to read a hint, which may help you beat the dungeon. Sometimes they're very cryptic, other times not so much. Turn aside the spined ones with a shield. That's pretty easy to figure out. That just tells you how to reveal the staircase that takes you to the Rock's Feather. So if you can't find the big important item, this will help you with that. Turn aside the spine ones with a shield. But for the most part, I will not be requiring these stone slabs services. So either I'm not going to bother getting them if I know where they are, or I'm just not going to bother reading the slab unless it contains a particularly stupid hint. And this is a fun boss, especially with a piece of power, because it only takes a few hits. Only took 4 hits, not bad. Hopefully I can hang on to this piece of power. And that was a mini-boss. Anytime, you need the Rock's Feather, obviously, to beat the mini-boss. To even get to the mini-boss, you need the Rock's Feather, because there's this pit surrounding the door. But when you defeat a mini-boss, or rather, if you defeat the main mini-boss of a dungeon, because later dungeons will have tons upon tons of mini-bosses, and it will often be hard to figure out which one is the real one. Whenever you beat the main mini-boss, this thing will pop up, and it will take you back to the beginning of the dungeon. If you need to leave, which hopefully you don't, you can get it all done in one go. Or you can go back in here, and it will take you back to where you killed the mini-boss. So sometimes that's convenient, sometimes not so much. It just kind of varies by dungeon. And because this is such a small dungeon, we're almost at the nightmare already, which is the Moldorm. We don't want to go down this staircase because it leads to nothing. It leads to where we'll end up if we get bumped off by the Moldorm. Wait for an opening here. And now we're going to go in and fight the Moldorm. The Moldorm is a fairly mean first boss for this game, actually. You can get bumped off the edge by the Moldorm, and you get knocked off into this dungeon where you have to come up and try to beat him again. But we're going to try to get him in one go, because I have a piece of power here, so I think I can kill him in 2 hits if I am judicious with my piece of power. Okay, hopefully he doesn't hang around me too much. See, this is what I mean. He can also touch you and hurt you with his face. But that only took 2 hits because I had a piece of power, so to be honest, I kind of cheesed that one. And once you defeat a dungeon, you can go through and get the Instrument of the Windfish, which is hidden there. But I'm going to jump off in the hole just for kicks to show you what happens if you get bumped off by the Moldorm. You fall in the hole. I won't have to fight him again because I've already defeated him. Looks like some other people weren't so lucky fighting him. But I am. I succeeded. I am the victor. And to me go the spoils. And that spoil is a musical instrument. One of 8 we will be needing in order to wake up the Windfish. So let's, again, wait on the wall trap. And we got a heart container for beating the boss as well. So, we have 4 hearts now. Ooh. But the first instrument we're going to get is the full moon cello, a mighty fine sounding instrument. The melody instruments are definitely the coolest. I mean, obviously, songs require harmony, but melody is just, oh, there's no beating the melodies in this game. Swamp, a path opens in the blooms. How does a path open in the blooms? Well, I sure would like to go find out, barring, of course, the fact that I might get interrupted by a stupid owl. Okay, it's an instrument of the sirens and the windfish. Who do these damn things belong to anyway? Ah! At first, I had to admit, I thought you were kind of a poon. But now I see you're more than capable. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Maybe I should pluck a few feathers as punishment, because I would certainly like to punish you, because you are annoying. Your next goal is north in Goponga Swamp. Hoot indeed. What, is there like an orgy going on there? I don't get it. Okay, I guess I'll see for myself. I'm looking forward to it, if I'm right, though. Meow. But now that we have the Rock's Feather, we can go around and do a lot of fun things, not least of which is get some things we weren't able to get before. You'll recall there was a piece of heart in the mysterious woods that was surrounded by one tile of holes, so we can jump over that now and go get that. But whoa, hey. Man, it must be serious if you stopped playing ball for 2 minutes to tell me. Reminds me of the Sandlot. Yeah. It's for real. They all went to the house. Yeah, the house. Uh-oh. Did what at Bow Wow's house? Oh, God. Yeah, these kids are really no help. You go back to your fun ball having time, and you go back to your balling, kids. I'm gonna go see what's up at Madame Meow Meows. Oh my, she does not look happy. It's turbile. Typos. It's terrible. Alright, well, that looks like that's what we're gonna do next time. We're gonna go save Bow Wow. And to do that, we're gonna have to cross through the mysterious woods once more, but it should be easier with the Rock's Feather in hand and due to the fact that the raccoon is now gone. But we're gonna pet the puppy because he's a cute little puppy, and that's how we're gonna end today. See you guys. We're gonna do the Goponga Swamp tomorrow. See you later.